Can a Chinese AI model with 2.8 trillion parameters challenge the world's most powerful AI systems while using fewer resources? Kimi K3 is 28 times larger than a 100 billion parameter model, arriving as China pushes AI forward despite restrictions on advanced chips. And if better software can reduce the need for expensive hardware, it could challenge the hundreds of billions being invested in the global AI race. Kimi K3 comes from Moonshot AI, a Chinese AI startup that has quickly become one of the country's most important artificial intelligence companies. The company became known for models capable of handling extremely long documents and complex tasks. Kimi K3 now takes that approach to a much larger scale, with a reported 2.8 trillion parameters. That is 28 times more than a 100 billion parameter model. The number is enormous, but size alone does not guarantee intelligence. Training quality, architecture, and efficiency matter just as much. Parameters are the adjustable parts of an AI model that help it recognize patterns and produce answers. A larger model can have more capacity, but a smaller and better designed system can sometimes perform more efficiently. That is why Kimi K3 is attracting attention. The real question is not simply how large it is, but whether it can combine scale, reasoning, coding ability, and lower operating costs. The AI industry has moved far beyond chatbots that write emails or summarize documents. The real competition now involves mathematics, coding, reasoning, research, and multi-step problem solving. Moonshot AI says Kimi K3 can compete strongly across several of these areas and outperform many rival systems. A model can be excellent at mathematics but weaker at coding. Another can write beautifully but struggle with complex reasoning. The real test is how reliably a system performs across different tasks. Even a 1 or 2% improvement on important benchmarks can attract huge attention because companies are competing for billions of dollars in future AI business. A model with 2.8 trillion parameters does not necessarily use all 2.8 trillion for every question. Modern AI systems can activate only parts of a model for specific tasks. This can allow a huge system to deliver strong performance without paying the full computational cost every time. That matters because AI costs depend heavily on computing power. If a model can achieve similar results while using fewer resources, the savings can become enormous. Even a 10% reduction in computing costs across millions of daily requests could make a major financial difference. The architecture behind Kimi K3 may therefore matter just as much as its massive parameter count. One major difference between Kimi K3 and many leading American AI systems is the use of open weights. Developers can potentially download the model, adapt it, and use it for specific purposes, instead of accessing it only through a website or API. Companies can customize open-weight AI models for customer service, software, research, and hundreds of other applications while running them on their own infrastructure. Unlike closed models, open-weight systems give users far more control and can reduce the need to pay external providers for every request. At the same time, the AI industry is investing hundreds of billions of dollars in chips and data centers because more powerful AI requires more computing power. But a new question is becoming increasingly important. What happens if software becomes much more efficient? If an AI model delivers similar performance using 20 or 30% less computing power, the amount of hardware needed for each task could fall. That does not mean demand for AI chips disappears. The biggest AI companies will still need enormous computing infrastructure. But better efficiency could change the calculations behind some of the industry's biggest investments. Kimi K3 is arriving while Chinese AI companies face restrictions on access to some of the world's most advanced AI processors. Powerful AI models require enormous computing power, making advanced chips a major part of the global technology competition. This has pushed Chinese companies to focus heavily on efficiency, algorithms, and alternative hardware strategies. Instead of relying only on the most powerful processors, developers are searching for ways to extract more performance from the hardware available to them. The AI race is now split between building more hardware and finding ways to achieve more with existing hardware, making efficiency increasingly important. Kimi K3 has also entered the debate around knowledge distillation, where one AI model learns from the outputs of another to create a smaller or specialized system. The technique is widely used, but controversy begins when companies accuse rivals of extracting massive amounts of model data to build competing AI systems. Several major American AI companies have raised concerns about Chinese companies using model outputs in ways they consider unfair. These accusations are serious, but accusations alone do not prove that a specific model was copied. The debate is likely to continue because the AI industry is still developing the rules around research, training data, and unfair replication. The AI industry is increasingly divided between closed models and open models. Closed systems are controlled by the companies that build them. Users access them through apps or APIs, while the underlying technology remains private. Open-weight models follow a different path. Developers can download them, study them, modify them, and potentially run them on their own infrastructure. That could make AI cheaper and more accessible. A business spending thousands of dollars every month on external AI services could eventually decide to run a model internally. Even a 50% reduction in AI service costs could be significant for large companies. The more powerful open models become, the more pressure closed AI companies may face. Kimi K3 is part of this wider movement toward making advanced AI available outside a small group of technology companies. Kimi K3 is part of China's wider plan to push AI into manufacturing, healthcare, finance, education, transportation, and defense. China already dominates major industries such as electronics, electric vehicles, batteries, and renewable energy, and AI could become its next major technology sector. The competition is therefore not just between companies, but between different approaches to AI development, hardware, cost, and global access. Kimi K3 does not mean the United States has lost its AI lead, with major advantages in chips, cloud computing, research, investment, and infrastructure. American AI companies are also developing new models at incredible speed, meaning today's breakthrough could look outdated within a year. However, the gap may be shrinking, and the idea of a Chinese AI startup seriously competing with America's top models is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. The AI industry often focuses on model size, benchmark scores, and computing power. But for businesses, one number may eventually matter more than all of them. How much does each answer cost? A model that is slightly less powerful, but 10 times cheaper, could become far more useful in the real world. Companies need AI that is fast, reliable, and affordable, not simply the largest model available. If Kimi K3 can deliver strong results using less computing power, it could push the entire industry toward lower costs. And cheaper AI means more businesses, developers, and countries can access powerful artificial intelligence. Kimi K3 could represent a bigger change in AI. The biggest story may not be Kimi K3's 2.8 trillion parameters, but what the model represents for the future of AI. China is advancing despite hardware restrictions, while open models are becoming stronger and developers are demanding more control. The AI race may be moving away from who has the biggest model toward who can deliver the most useful intelligence at the lowest cost. Kimi K3 may not end the AI race, but it could show that the future belongs to whoever can do more with less. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more technology content.